President of the United States and First Lady Melania Trump.
Thank you very much, and I hope you like our new beautiful patio with matching stone to the White House. If this were grass today, you'd be sinking into the mud like they've done for many years, and you would be very unhappy. Please, thank you very much. This was a big day. It's a pardon day for a very important beast. On behalf of the First Lady and the entire Trump family, I want to wish all Americans a very, very happy Thanksgiving. It's a great time of the year, and our country is doing really well, economically, like we've never done before.
All right, folks, buckle up, because today's not your average White House press moment or some boring political rundown with more fluff than a department store pillow aisle. Nope, today we're diving straight into one of America's quirkiest, most eyebrow-raising traditions, the presidential Thanksgiving turkey pardon, where two giant birds get spared from the dinner plate in front of global cameras like they're VIP celebrities walking a red carpet. And this year, former President Donald Trump and Melania Trump stepped out once again for a ceremony filled with jokes, jabs, nostalgia, and enough patriotic poultry energy to power a small town. So grab your snacks, not turkey please, because we're breaking down 10 wild, witty, and absolutely unbelievable facts from the full ceremony you clicked on. Let's get into it. The headline story is simple but hilarious. Gobble and Waddle, yes, those are their legally recognized names, strutted into the Rose Garden like they owned the place. Trump, with Melania by his side, delivered the official presidential pardon with all the theatrics of a reality TV finale. Cameras clicked, reporters leaned in, and the turkeys basically became the hottest celebrities in D.C. for a good 15 minutes. This tradition might seem lighthearted, but it also reflects a long-running American ritual that blends politics, humor, and public spectacle. Trump delivered his signature comedic beats, joking about the birds' weight, their travel routine, and even the chaos of the holiday season. The crowd laughed, the turkeys wiggled around like confused toddlers at a birthday party, and the moment instantly cemented itself as another unforgettable Thanksgiving ceremony in White House history. But trust me, before you start thinking this was just a cute holiday photo op, wait till you hear where these turkeys stayed the night before. Picture this: two turkeys, large enough to need their own seatbelts, checking into the Willard Intercontinental Hotel, one of the most luxurious, high-priced hotels in the nation's capital. That's right, Gobble and Waddle didn't sleep in a barn, a coop, or even a comfy little pen. They spent the night in a top-tier suite like they were Grammy-nominated artists backstage at an award show. And these weren't basic accommodations. We're talking soft lighting, premium bedding, and temperature control nice enough to keep a turkey from sweating under those feathers. Every year, the National Turkey Federation books the presidential turkeys a room here, making it a bizarre but iconic piece of American tradition. Hotel staff often take pictures, guests stare at the birds like they're minor celebrities, and social media floods with turkey vacation memes. But hey, luxury hotel or not, the story gets even wilder when you see who else got pardoned this season. This year's annual turkey pardon wasn't just about Gobble and Waddle. Oh no, the ceremony arrived during a moment where Trump's clemency list had been steadily expanding with more than 1,600 pardons across his second term. That's enough people to form a small Midwestern town, and the turkey pardon became symbolic of a much larger political conversation brewing around mercy, justice, and the fine line between tradition and controversy. Trump referenced the overall pardon list in his usual off-script style, drawing laughter and a few raised eyebrows as he connected the turkey moment to broader political themes. Whether intentional or not, the juxtaposition between a fluffy bird and real political consequences gave reporters plenty to write about. The message was clear. Even during lighthearted ceremonies, the political undercurrent in Washington is never fully off. But speaking of politics, the turkey ceremony didn't stay cute for long. It turned into a miniature roast session. If you thought the turkey ceremony was all wholesome vibes, think again. Trump managed to turn the event into a comedic, slightly savage political roast. He tossed playful jabs at opponents like Nancy Pelosi and Chuck Schumer, joking that if these turkeys were named after them, he definitely wouldn't pardon them. The crowd erupted. Reporters scribbled. Cameras zoomed in like they were filming a late-night comedy monologue. It was one of those classic Trump moments where humor, politics, and holiday tradition fused into one headline-ready performance. Even Melania cracked a subtle smile. And if you know the internet, that alone became a viral talking point. This sharp-tongued humor turned the ceremony from ceremonial to sensational, shifting it away from simple Thanksgiving tradition and into something far more modern, a political punchline delivered with Thanksgiving stuffing on the side. But hold on, because the next twist involves a turkey that didn't even show up. Here's where it gets downright sitcom-level funny. Waddle, the backup turkey, was officially pardoned but didn't even appear at the ceremony. He was literally missing in action, as Trump joked to the crowd. Now, before anyone panics, Waddle wasn't wandering down Pennsylvania Avenue. He was simply kept behind the scenes, likely due to logistics, safety, or maybe a turkey tantrum. Either way, this absence sparked memes and commentary online, with people joking that Waddle skipped work, played hooky, or refused to participate in government events without proper compensation. Gobble took center stage, proudly soaking up the attention like a seasoned performer, while Waddle enjoyed his off-camera moment of peace. Both were pardoned, both were safe, and both instantly became part of Thanksgiving lore, even if one was hiding backstage. And speaking of lore, this ceremony comes from a tradition older than most people realize. The presidential turkey pardon didn't magically appear out of nowhere. While many people love repeating the myth that Abraham Lincoln pardoned a Christmas turkey for his son, historians agreed that's mostly folklore, sprinkled with exaggerated holiday magic. The real modern tradition began in 1989 when President George H.W. Bush officially announced a Thanksgiving turkey pardon live on camera, setting the precedent for every president since. The ceremony has evolved from a simple agricultural presentation into a national event, filled with jokes, symbolism, and cheerful political theater. Today, it's part tradition, part performance, and part lighthearted escape from the heavy news cycle. It gives Americans a moment to breathe, laugh, and watch two confused birds receive more respect than most airline passengers. But just because they're pardoned doesn't mean their futures are always picture perfect. Here's the bittersweet truth. Many pardoned turkeys from past years didn't live very long. Because they're bred to be exceptionally large for holiday feasts, their bodies often can't support long lifespans. Think of it as being built like a linebacker, but with the heart of a house pet. Not exactly nature's most sustainable combo. Fortunately, in recent years, care for pardoned turkeys has improved significantly. Veterinary oversight, specialized diets, and better retirement environments have helped extend their lives. Still, even with all the love and attention, these turkeys are more fragile than they appear. The ceremony may look glamorous, but behind the scenes, these birds need real health support to enjoy their post-pardon freedom. Which brings us to their next destination. And no, it's not Hollywood. After their big day in the Rose Garden, Gobble and Waddle received something better than a trophy: retirement at North Carolina State University, specifically within the Poultry Science Department. There, the birds live out their days in a protected educational environment where students study their behavior, health, and care. Imagine being a turkey and heading to college while millions of Americans head home for Thanksgiving leftovers. Not a bad deal, right? This retirement tradition has become a beloved part of the turkey pardon legacy. Students get hands-on educational experience, the turkeys get plenty of space and expert care, and visitors often stop by to say hello to America's most famous feathered retirees. But behind all the jokes, glamour, and hotel suites, a bigger debate keeps simmering. Animal rights groups have long criticized the ceremony, arguing that the turkey pardon is a symbolic distraction from the broader poultry industry. They say the ritual saves two birds while millions are slaughtered for holiday meals, calling the event hypocritical or overly performative. To be fair, the ceremony is more show than substance, but that's kind of the point. It's a national moment of levity, not a policy announcement. Over the years, presidents have used it as a chance to inject humor into the public sphere, lighten their image, and give Americans something joyful to talk about during a season of family gatherings. Still, criticism remains part of the tradition, making the turkey pardon both a celebration and a cultural conversation starter. And finally, this year's ceremony might reveal more about America than about turkeys themselves. This year's turkey pardon wasn't just a holiday moment. It was a reflection of the political climate in the U.S. The humor, the jokes, the jabs, the symbolism. Everything about the event blended entertainment with politics, reminding viewers that even the lightest traditions carry cultural significance. With Trump's signature humor, Melania's polished presence, and a crowd full of reporters ready for any headline-worthy line, the Rose Garden became a stage. And like every stage in modern politics, the spotlight revealed not just the performers, but the audience, too. Americans watching from home saw a ceremony that felt familiar, funny, and a little chaotic. In other words, a perfectly American moment. And now let's wrap this up with one final message you'll want to hear. If you enjoyed this deep dive into America's quirkiest presidential tradition, hit that like button, smash that subscribe, and ring the notification bell so you never miss a moment of high energy, no nonsense news breakdowns right here on the channel. Drop a comment below and tell us which fact blew your mind the most. Was it the luxury hotel suite, Waddle skipping the ceremony, or the political roast served with some cranberry sauce? Either way, stay sharp, stay curious, and keep riding with us for more bold, witty, high-impact news coverage. See you on the next one.